Hey guys, so I hope everyone's doing okay. The three sources that I want to talk about today are centered around language and gender roles and how the two interact with each other. So I started out my search on the Tessalon database, and I was having a really hard time. Just none of the keywords I was typing in was bringing up articles that I felt went with my paper very well. So I actually moved over and started using Google Scholar, which, if you don't know what that is, it just pulls up PDFs, books, and professional articles written by colleges and other individuals, which you still have to check and make sure that it is actually a scholarly source. But I felt like I had a lot easier time finding articles that went with the point of my paper that way. So the first one that I found was on JSTOR, and it is a journal article written by Penelope Eckert and Sally Gennett, and it's talking about language in society. It's actually called Language in Society and Language and Gender Role Research. So it goes into a lot of depth of how women speak as though we're asking questions, and just how language is influenced by our gender and how we're raised in society. So I thought that it would fit into my paper super well. And then the next one I found was a book titled Gender and Politeness by Sarah Mills. And it kind of goes over the societal role of how language is influenced by gender roles and how we speak based on our gender roles, like finding it impolite for women to use curse words when a man says it, you don't really think much of it, but if a woman says it, you're more likely to think negatively of them. So it talks a lot about that, and then it talks about how it's kind of a structural piece and how your language is built on this structure of gender roles. So I thought that was really nice. And then the third piece I found was a piece that was written and published in 2018. And it is a dissertation piece. So it's written by a David Smith, Judith Rosingston, and about 7 other people. It's a really collaborated piece of work, which I wanted to add it, but I also wanted to add it because it's a newer piece of work. So it was written in 2018, which kind of brings in how it connects to now. So it talks about stereotypes and biases with language, and how language also kind of prohibits and influences how you view a gender. So I thought it would be a really nice piece for my paper. So those are the 3 sources that I'm using. I actually have a lot more, but I'm still shuffling through all of them. But if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know.